What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RC's Gateway to Comics. Today we are going to be talking about how to deal with an overload of ideas. Now, I would like to think of myself as a creative person, and there's evidence to show that I am a creative person. And whenever it comes to creating ideas, I find that I can pull ideas out of just random places. And whenever it came to me publishing my book series, the Red Sky series that you can see over here, then I found that ideas were just coming out of everywhere. I believe there was one time whenever I wrote down all of these different ideas for books in my head, and I had like 40 different ideas all written down on a piece of paper. Now, they were from all different genres. They were horror, they were sci-fi, futuristic, western, every kind you could imagine. And I was looking at it, and I was saying to myself, I am never going to be able to write this many stories in the amount of time that I possibly have. And doing that made me think of how people like myself can deal with an overload of ideas. So what I have started to do is, if I have an idea, then I will write it down and I'll put it on a piece of paper, or I'll put it on a Word document on the computer. And after I put it in there, I let it sit for a bit. It'll sit in my list of ideas for however long it may be. If it's something that I'm extremely interested in, and I feel like it's something that needs to be done right now, then I'll start working on it, if I'm not working on something else already. But if it's something that can wait, if it's something that's like a little fleeting idea that's just fluttering around in my head for no apparent reason whatsoever, then I will just let it sit for a little bit, and I'll maybe build it up as time goes on. This is something that I've found actually works quite well whenever it comes to building up my current stories. There is currently ideas in my head for expanding my Red Sky series into a 3-volume arc. And I'm able to take stuff from all these ideas that I've written down and make it all into a cohesive story. All because I was able to write this stuff down. I was able to come up with story arcs that make sense, and if I'm able to do so, then I will pull it into an existing idea. There's been times that I've even combined several different ideas into one, and it's turned out far better than what I could have possibly had with that first story. So, if you have an overload of ideas, my best suggestion to you is write it down. Don't do anything with it initially, unless you really, really want to, but just write it down. If you have characters in mind, write them down too. There's been times that I have had characters that have been pulled through several different stories, only to wind up in the last one in the best possible way. And all of this stuff is because I took the time to write it down. So, if you have a similar issue, don't just rely on keeping this stuff in your head, because you may forget about it. You may come up with an idea while you're sitting in bed with insomnia at 2 a.m. in the morning. take your time to either jot down a note on your phone or pull out your notebook and scribble down whatever the hell you wanted to write. Just write it down, because if you don't write it down, it is a high possibility that you will not remember it, you'll forget it, and you won't be able to pull from that stockpile of ideas to make a better plan later on. What are you guys' methods of dealing with the times whenever you have just so many different ideas and you don't have the time to do them all? What do you do? I want to hear that down in the comments section below. If you would, please like this video. If you enjoyed it, please comment, obviously. And also subscribe to this channel for more writing tutorials and pretty much just other things that you should keep an eye out for whenever you're trying to get into either writing or comics. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.